From the quiet streets of Leh, we geared up and began our ride towards Pangong Lake, a 223-kilometer journey that would take us nearly 5 hours. While traveling, we noticed a person stranded by the roadside. His car was completely stuck in the mud, and he was requesting help from anyone passing by. We stopped and tried our best to get his car out. When it wouldn't budge, he called one of his teammates to pick him up. As we were about to leave, he told us to inform him if we spotted any JCB nearby that could help tow his car out of the mud. The road to Pangong today was something else. I'm not even sure you can call it a road. For almost 144 kilometers, we were literally driving on a dry riverbed. No tarmac, no markings, just endless stretches of rocks, dust, loose sand, and these crazy bumps that kept shaking the whole bike ride. At one point, it felt like we were in the middle of nowhere, carving our own path through this massive river plain. The landscape was stunning, but the route was brutal. You have to be super careful. One wrong move on that loose gravel and your car can skid instantly. Honestly, it felt like a full-on off-road expedition rather than a normal drive. If you're planning this route, just be prepared. It's beautiful, it's wild, but the road, or whatever that was, is not for the faint-hearted. After riding non-stop on that insanely bumpy road for almost 3 hours, we finally got lucky. We spotted a water tanker on the route. And trust me, in these landscapes, that feels like finding treasure. We decided to fill up some water because once you enter the hard terrains of Ladakh, you don't get access to water easily. Out here, every drop counts. So yeah, quick pit stop, filled up our bottles and got ready for the journey ahead. So one thing you really have to be prepared for in Ladakh is the water streams. These streams look small from far away, but when you're on a bike, they can get seriously tricky. The flow is strong, the rocks are loose and slippery, and the water is ice cold, so you don't get a second chance if the bike loses balance.
Thank you.
Music licensing reimagined.
Okay. अरे बाबा
It's much easier for big cars to cross these water streams, but for bikes like ours, every crossing feels like a challenge. Sometimes the water level suddenly rises because of melting snow, and the bike's tires struggle for grip. You have to pick the right line, keep momentum, and hope the front tire doesn't get stuck between the rocks. Crossing these streams is honestly one of the toughest parts of riding in Ladakh. It's challenging, it's raw, but that's what makes the journey unforgettable. Ladakh's water streams, they look harmless from a distance, but the moment you reach them on a bike, it's a whole different story. The water is freezing, the current hits hard, and the rocks underneath are shifting like they're alive. One wrong move and your tire slips, the bike tilts, and you're done. Every stream feels like a mini battle. The engine revs, the water splashes up to your knees, and you're just hoping the front wheel doesn't get trapped between those sharp, slippery stones. Sometimes the water level rises out of nowhere because of melting snow, turning a simple crossing into a full-on challenge. Crossing these streams isn't just riding, it's survival. This is the part of Ladakh that truly tests you.
भाई साहब थैंक यू जी, थैंक यू।
After hours of riding over the rough riverbed, we finally hit a stretch of tar road and thought our troubles were over, hoping this smooth patch would lead us straight to Pangong Lake. But Ladakh had other plans. The road quickly turned into a steep ghat section, winding through sharp bends and narrow climbs. Riding uphill with the bike fully loaded, every turn demanded focus, throttle control, and patience. The views were unreal, but the terrain reminded us that in Ladakh, the journey tests you before it rewards you. We decided to wait for a bit just to watch how other cars were crossing the stream, because from where we stood, the water looked deep. And with our bike loaded to almost 500 kilos with all the luggage, we couldn't afford a single mistake. Every car that passed sent huge splashes flying, and that gave us a clear idea of the depth. And honestly, it was intimidating. We stood there, helmets off, heartbeats up, trying to judge the perfect moment to take our shot across that roaring stream.
तू मेरे पीछे रहना पड़ेगा, तेरे को पैर तो जाएगा जाएगा जाएगा। भाई फंस गई थी, आगे ही नहीं बढ़ी वहां से। चंदन, इनका लोड नहीं है, हमारा लोड की वजह से पीछे अटकता है गाड़ी, वेट करके अटक रहा है गाड़ी। इजी है, लगेज की वजह से पीछे पूरा थोड़ा सा ही पत्थर आ रहा है, वहाँ फंस रहा है गाड़ी।
इसमें भी ये साइलेंसर में भी टच कर रहा है पानी, वो थोड़ा नीचे यार
लगेज की वजह से वो पीछे भी सेम इशू हुआ था। ये हम जा रहे हैं कुछ 15-20 किलोमीटर पीछे पैंगोंग लेक के। वो एंट्री पैंगोंग की।
It took us almost 10 hours, an entire day on the road to cover the stretch from Leh through Durbuk, Tangtse and Lukung to finally reach Pangong Lake. By the time we arrived, we were completely exhausted, with barely any energy or time left to explore or entertain ourselves. Just relief, silence and the cold winds of Pangong welcoming us.